Well, g'day everyone. Welcome back. We've got obviously a really good tasting coming up. One that we've been waiting for.
The most excited we have been in a very long time, John. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And three of the drams that I'm particularly really bloody excited for in this, the Whisky agency.
Now everything explains now the 1988 Tormore. Yeah.
In the Whisky Agency Winter Release 2020, we're tasting all 10 drams in a tasting at once on the 20th.
Epic.
It's going to be amazing.
Marathonic.
We actually haven't tasted a couple of them yet, and these three are ones that I've definitely been looking forward to. So we've got the Tomatin 30, the Glenrothes 31, and of course the Tormore 32.
So a bit of perspective on this. Whisky Agency being the most sought after independent bottler today.
Yep.
These releases are between 180 to 250 bottles,
Yep.
So we're very lucky to get, sometimes 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 6, sometimes a bit more,
Yeah.
But these are very, very unique bottles.
They're hard to get and amazing whiskies.
Yeah.
So
and let's say the network of retailers on the Whisky Agent has worldwide is very. Everyone that buys Whisky Agents is to keep, and there's a few bars, but it's always goes to whiskey connoisseurs. So that's why it's very hard to get the bottles off.
Some of the best of the best. Do you know what Tomatin translates to in Gaelic, Jose?
No, what it does. Good juice.
The hill of juniper, interestingly.
The hill of juniper.
Yeah, Juniper Hill, Tomatin.
Juniper Hill. So this is a Tomatin 1990, 30 years old, mature in a hogshead, 180 bottles. Bottle of 48.9 for the winter release.
Oh, yum. Oh, sensational. At the start,
wow.
The barrel sort of came in a little bit with a little bit of sort of caramel and...
Vanilla and rancio.
And spice. That rancio for sure. Now, I think a bit of fruit's going to pop through as well.
Yes, but I smell a lot of that sort of... This is very strange because I smell this on fino casks. And this is just a hogshead, but doesn't say anything. And it has this sort of umami, fino, rancio, like mushroom, but kind of shiitake mushroom,
earthy sort of.
Earthy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a tomatin nose. That's very 70s tomatin. That is like, oh my god.
Definitely the umaminess at the start, as you say, but this is going to progress to be a bit of a fruit bomb as well. I think this is cracking dram.
Wow, the palate. Yeah, dry, beef.
Oh yeah,
tannic. Heaps of tannin there, but lovely, salty. This is a saltiness that is not peat. You notice this is salt, just not peat.
Yeah. It's like a beautiful bowl of ramen. That one,
fish sauce,
yeah. Is cracking over the Glenrothes now.
Glenrothes, 31 years old, 1989.
31.
Yeah, another hogshead, 268 bottles.
Yeah.
Of course, Whisky Agency explain how is we put our wish list when they release,
yep,
and then we get our location. Normally, it's all the same. Every year we ask for a dozen of each. It's very rarely a dozen of each. So, especially the varieties,
So Glenrothes, great Speyside distillery, owned by the Eglinton Group.
You're lucky you get to taste them twice. One now, another one at a tasting.
Yeah, I mean, that's half the idea. Jose, we got to do a video. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fruity, but more restrained than the tomatin, huh?
Yeah, a little bit more restrained, and I think there's like a bit of vanilla there too.
Burnt caramel, butterscotch. Slowly.
Oh, right, yeah, those fruits are starting to come through. It's like I don't know if you, like a bowl of ice cream, right, with like little bits of little fruit in there, like
your ramen raisin without the raisins, ice cream. That's sort of your vanilla with caramel through it.
Yeah.
Caramel syrup. And the mouthfeel is huge. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Really nice and long. It keeps on pushing. The fruit doesn't come through as much on the palate. A bit more of the vanilla and a bit of like nuttiness as well, like acorns.
Wow, cracking palate.
Yeah.
In comparison with the tomaten, a lot less fruity.
Yeah. And so for those who haven't done tastings with this or don't normally but are interested in doing them, the way we normally do it is in the tasting, we'll send the pack out, you'll get the 10 drams, we'll join in on Zoom together and we'll do it. And we normally like to pour over the course of maybe an hour or so most of the drams out, but leave a little bit in there, and we go back and taste in between them, and that's a really interesting way to taste these drams, and half the fun of it is tasting side by side. So it's a really interesting way to do it. The third bottle, Jose.
The third bottle is one that is close to Jono's been very looking forward to.
I've been. I find with Tormore, so like 1988 is an incredibly famous year for like Tormore independently bottled Tormores. There's great ones across the spectrum. Everyone's got really good ones, and often there's this juxtaposition. Some are quite sort of like fruity and like almost melony and tropical fruity. Some are more herbaceous. So I always see the 88 Tormores for me. It's like a battle of the herb or the fruit. You know, it's like the mint or the melon.
Mint.
That's what I always find interesting to see.
Now this is like a minty melon.
Yeah.
And slowly it's getting a little bit more oxygen, and slowly it's getting a bit more expressive. And literally, it's tropical fruit with a bit of mint or spearmint on the side. Like this is, I always joke about the Wrigley's gum. This is like the spearmint one.
Yeah, like the spearmint or like the juicy fruit.
The spearmint Wrigley's.
Yeah, this has got this sort of like herbaceous nose at the front, definitely. And over time, I find these get a lot fruitier as well.
And herbaceous palate.
Yeah. Oh, gorgeous palate. Massive length on it, and that's probably somewhat typical, I would say, in profile-wise so far to what a lot of the legendary Tormore 88 bottlings are. So that's a really good sign. And anyone who's a Tormore fan, it's a bit of an interesting distillery. They don't have, a lot of official bottlings, and the ones they do, they don't push very widely. But it's sort of like a little gem, and they've got some.
Also, remember that these bottles are freshly open. These whiskies usually achieve a peak within 1 week to 2 weeks. They start to sometimes a bit more, but
even straight away, these are starting to change and develop. So these 3 drams, plus many, many more, we'll be tasting on the 20th of May. So please get involved, grab a ticket, and join us. And for not too crazy an amount, I can't remember the ticket price exactly, about 150 or something.
Yeah,
you get to try 10 incredible drams. So we'd love for you guys to join us and taste along with us on the night. Cheers.
Cheers.
Boom.